Good morning, everyone out there. I am Corinne Braxton, and today is August 30th, 2022. We have one today plus tomorrow, and that is the end of celebration. I hate to see the summer come to an end. We are in Bozeman, Montana. It's a beautiful day. It's supposed to get up to 90. And then probably in a few weeks it'll snow again. So I hate to see this all end. Anyway, I'm glad you could join us today. Hey, Kathy, good to see you. We were quick this morning. Let me check my iPad and see if I'm transmitting okay. And let's see what's here. There we go. I can see myself. That's good. We have a lot today. I can hardly believe we're coming to the end of celebration. So we have this little booklet. Some things are sold out, and then they added on a few things, and some of those are sold out, but we still have a lot left. I'm just going to real quickly tell you what's left for celebration. The seashell embossing folder, timber embossing folder, gingham, and I love all of those. Hey, Linda. And the little craft boxes. We have the silver and white and gold and white papers, the hippo dies, the hippo stamps, the Rings of Love designer paper, which coordinates with the stamp set that's in the catalog. The little sketches, the stylish sketches. I did that with the mallard ducks, and there's a wolf, and then the figs. And then there's more. Let me see. The next page is, oh, I love these dies. There's, for $100 purchases, you can get the aspen tree dies. I'm actually using those tomorrow. My cookies, cards, and coffee. They are on low supply, so I hope they last another day. The flowers of home, the daffodil dies, dots and spots are really fun. I did that last week with my team members. The Wonderful World, you get a whole package of paper, 12 by 12 paper, and the stamp with the $100 purchase. And then these stamps, it's called Amazing Phrases, and just a lot of words that you can mix and match. They're really terrific together. So those are all things. So those of you, don't neglect to shop now and stock up. I like to stock up on white paper, my white envelopes especially. Hey, Patty, good morning to see you. Good to see you this morning. So I like to stock. I'm gonna replenish some of my blends also. I ordered yesterday, and I'm gonna order again tomorrow. But I've gotten lots of adhesive. I like to stock up on adhesive. Because if you can, I think it's good to get as much as you can afford to get during celebration, so you get those free things. So we are still working out of the mini catalog. This is good until the end of December, so that's great. And I'm really enjoying this. We have a nice long time. Hey, Munch, good to see you this morning up in northern Montana. And then we have our annual catalog. Today we are going to be using the little Piggy set that's in the annual catalog, and that is on page 55. And the reason we're using that is there's a special starting on Thursday, September 1st. I'm just going to set these aside. I will tell you all about my trip to New Orleans, and I'll tell you about my mom all at the end. But right now we have a special that's starting. Well, it hasn't started yet. It's starting in 2 days. And it's called Perfect Partners. And I know this is all backwards when you're looking at this, but it has stamps like these apples we're going to use today. They're in the mini catalog, but there are no dies. But during the month of September, Stampin' Up! Has added dies to several sets. We have the fresh cut stems dies, the Piggy that's in the annual catalog, the Christmas tree that's in the annual catalog, and the party Yeti, the Yeti dies with the Yeti to party, and then the Waterfall Canyon. Those are all, they've added dies to all of these. And so they're coming out. And we as demonstrators we've been able to purchase those ahead of time for, in preview. So anyway, there are a lot of neat things. I'll just show you a couple examples. This one is the fresh cut flowers, and it has all of these dies. They're beautiful. I plan to do something with these maybe next week, something with watercolor paper. These are the dies that it makes. I have the Christmas set that's in you might even already have the stamp, but then you might want to buy the dies. This is the one that's in the annual catalog called Trimming the Tree. Got some really nice sentiments. And then the dies are like this, and they've got labels and trees. And, well, here's an example. Here's one just plain stamped. But here's one with, I'll put it really close. You can see how that die really, raised, you can just see how it raises up like that. It's sort of cool. And I just got this Yeti to party last night, so I haven't even opened the dies yet, but I will do that. And then we're going to be using the apple today and the Piggy. So, alrighty, let's see. We'll turn our camera down. So close your eyes for a second. Keep commenting if you would. That helps others find us. Let me swipe, make sure we have, that helps. Hey, Lisa, good to see you this morning. Thanks for the hearts. Those things like thumbs ups and hearts and comments all help Facebook, then tells them that people are watching and they want to send it to more people or something. I'm not sure how those analytics work. So here we go. Close your eyes for a second. And we'll turn the camera down. Here we are. This is that beautiful die. If you don't have that, boy, that's a fabulous free set. And it is still available. I just checked about 15 minutes ago. I was looking at the low supplies or the inventory control to see what was still left and what was gone. This one is made with, you can see the little fuzzy flock dots. That's with some vellum paper underneath. This one was made by a European demonstrator that I met in New Orleans. This one is mine that we're gonna do tomorrow in my cookies, cards, and coffee. You can see I added shimmer to the aspen branches. Here's another little. I love this. I love this apple stamp. I think it is one of and I just had some leftover pieces and I made a bag. Oh, the bag is already made. I just made the little embellishment. So it is really a beautiful set. So let's start. We're going to start with the Piggy, and I'm going to bring in our supplies. This is on both cards that we make today. We are using the Gingham Cottage. I really wanted to use the pink, and I started out making the card pink, and I ended up with red. But I just couldn't get the pinks to work out. And I love the black. We're using that. You've seen me use this before, and it's called Gingham Cottage, and it's a really thick package. So we're going to be using this on the Piggies. And we're also going to be, on both cards, we're going to be using the scallop contour dies. So this is, I think a lot of you probably already have this, but if not, it's really an excellent set. It's called Scallop Contour Dies. And so let's bring in our pieces. I'll show you our card. This is in the annual catalog, this birthday Piggy. Such a cute little stamp. You know, hey, Jan, good to see you this morning. About 4 or 5 years ago, we had this little Piggy, and we also, and maybe it was even 3 years, because it was during COVID, a lot of people were putting a mask on the Piggy. And so we've had it a few times, and they brought a different design back. Really, I always need birthday cards, so really, I love the wagon in here, and that's what we're going to be using today. So I'm going to set those aside. This is the card. I wanted it to be simple. I came home late Sunday night. I had been in New Orleans all week, and then I was in Wisconsin to see my mom, and I didn't have a lot of time yesterday, so I wanted this to be easy. And I started out with pink, trying to make the pink gingham, and anyway, this is what the card turned out, black and red, with the pink pig. So this is a simple Z-fold card, really easy to do, and you can see the little splatters on there. I'm going to try to repeat that. I don't use splatters a lot, but I like them a lot. I just thought they were sort of fitting with the pig, who can be a little bit messy. So this is the wagon that's die cut. And now we'll bring in our pieces for all of this. I did cover an envelope to show you what that looks like to go with this little set. And let's put that all right there, and we'll bring in our pieces. And I'm using the In Color Opal dots for the little wheels at the very end. So here we have our pieces. And I will type these up after I take photos, and I have all the sizes written down. If you want to take a screenshot, you're welcome to do that right now. We're going to start with let me zoom in a little bit for you. This is just a Z-fold card is just a regular side folding card, and then it's turned back. So it's 5.5 by 8.5, and I scored it at 2 1/8. That 2, it has to be 1/8, and then 4 1/4, just like a normal side fold card. And then we're going to add a piece of gingham. And this is 1 7/8 by 5 1/4, the red check. And I'm going to put that on right there on the side. Just going to, I can't see that very well. I'm going to put our inside piece right there for a second. There we go. That's a little easier to see then. Let me see. I've lost the comments here. I can see those again. Let's see what's okay. There's Jan. Okay, that's the part of the Z. And for the inside, we need a 4 by 5 1/4. And I'm just going to add that to the inside. Leave a nice border like that. And then I have a piece of black that's going to go on like this. And this is the white scallop, the black. It's sort of an odd measurement. I just sort of made it up, and I glued this onto the black, and then I figured out what it was for this card. So it's 3.5 by 4 3/4. And then we're going to work on this piece. So I'm going to just bring in some of my grid paper, and I probably shouldn't have even torn off that piece because we're going to splatter, and that might make a little bit of a mess. I didn't want to get it on my this backdrop I have. Okay, so we're going to set this all aside, and we're going to set that right there. And now we're going to do a little splattering. I'm going to get some of my my light crumb cake. I can't quite remember I guess that's what I use. Light. I wasn't sure if I used light or dark, but I will use the light. And I'm going to take off my blends, and I'm just going to flick it now. You just take your cap and you flick it like this, and you let it splatter onto your card. You see, you don't want to wear white shirts when you're doing this, just in case. There, that looks good. Now you can close it up, and you can see that I've splattered on that. You can do that with your Wink of Stella too. And let's see what's now. We're going to do some stamping. Where is my papers here? Well, see what's, I am missing some white paper. Let me just take a look and see if I can, there it is right there, some. We'll just use, no, that's not it. That's thick. I don't want thick. Just want this, let's see once here. I thought I had everything. Maybe I have it in the other tray. Let me see once here. Let me just, oh, here it is. Yes, no, it's not it either. I am missing some white paper. Let me see once here. This will work, I think. Okay, now we're going to move this aside, and we're going to bring in our stamps. We're going to bring in our black memento. And, you know, you always, this is your black memento, and you always want to store that one upside down. Whereas your Stampin' Up pads, they are already upside down. But Stampin' Up has a patent on those, on that technique, and it's really a super one. All other companies, Tuscano, this one has to be stored upside down so the ink stays down. Just make sure you know that. That's always an important tip. Okay, then you can turn it up like that. And we're going to do our little piggy. I'm going to stamp him up, ink him up like this. We're going to die cut that. And then we're going to, let's see what else we need here. We need a little, inside of that part of the dies, I did die cut these labels. Look at these. I think they're sort of nice. They've got sort of a beveled edge. And I'm going to stamp this little Piggy, says happy birthday. I'm going to have to get a little bit closer. I'm going to pull a little closer to me so I can see it. There we go. There it is. And get that a clean. And on the inside, I want to stamp enjoy the ride. So let's see what we can find for that. Let me see, where did I put, here it is. And I'm going to stamp this. I already glued it on, so no wonder I couldn't find it. There we go. I'm going to stamp it. I want it to be covered up, so I'm going to put it down a little bit further. Enjoy the ride, like that. Oop, I didn't. I'm going to have to use a black Sharpie, I think, or pen to fix that. But we can do that later. So we have all these pieces. Now we're going to set that black aside, and we're going to do some coloring. First, we're going to do some die cutting, and the pieces that we're going to die cut are these. I've already done the die cutting, so here's the little Piggy, and with the magic of Facebook Live, he's already cut out, just like that. So we can color him. I've die cut some grass. This is actually the reverse of the other piece that I did. And I've die cut a wagon. Can you see that embossing on there? It's so neat. And I have some wheels, but I can only see, oh, there's the other one. There's the other one. Some wheels, and they have little spots in there. Just really a nice set of dies. It's a large package of dies too. Let me see what it says here. It is 18. So really nice. If you have the set of stamps, I would definitely be sure you go and get the dies. Okay, I'm going to zoom in a little bit more here so you can watch me do this. First, I'm going to do the wagon, and I'm going to show you what I'm going to do on this. Just going to move that up here a little bit. Bring in my blends. And I'm going to take that crumb cake that I was using before, and I'm just going to swipe it like this. Just going to sort of keep it on the side. And I'm just, do you see the wood grain in there? Turn that a little bit. Just give it a little swipe. And you can go over it again if you want it to be light and dark in different places, like that. And then I'm going to take the black blends. This is black light. And you could do the wheels. And I'm just going to, the tongue of the wagon is just like that. And I think I'll just we'll put a little Tombow glue. Tombow glue is on low supply right now. I have quite a bit of it, but I ordered more. So that does that's another good thing. I always think it's good to get adhesives when you are, when it's celebration time. So, and if anyone is interested in getting a discount in Stampin' Up, of course, you can join my team and buy the starter kit. That's always a good deal. And right now, you also get to get that beautiful day planner. Okay, our wagon is done. I do want to add, I don't want the wagon to be so see-through because the Piggy is going to be up higher. I am going to just add a little bit of adhesive to this and put it on the back. It's a little big. Let me see what's here. And we'll just snip that off. I just want to hide those open parts like that. So then it looks like this. Okay, now let's do that Piggy. And I'm going to bring in my, we don't have a Blushing Bride pink, but we have Petal Pink, which is one of my favorite colors, the light and dark. And then I'm going to use a little bit of the Flirty Flamingo for his ears and just a little bit of his cheeks. So we'll do that. And we want to use some, I'm going to put my reading glasses on because I cannot see with coloring without those. I do have contacts that have bifocals in them, but they're not quite strong enough when you come to something this close, so it's so tiny. So let's see how you are, if you will, can see this. I like to outline with the darkest color first, and just not really, sort of rather quickly. Oh, I forgot his little arm there and there. And then I'm going to come in and take the lighter one. This is the light Petal Pink. And I'm just going to color it really, just make little circles. And get his little curly tail there and his ears. And then I'm going to come in with my it's the light Flirty Flamingo. And I'm going to do his, just give him a little accent right there on his feet and his hands and his little snout and the inside of his ear like that. Now that's not quite blended, so I'm going to come back with my other one, my lighter one, and just blend it in like that. Maybe a little bit right there. That's so cute. And then we, you always want to make sure you snap hear that snap. And then we're going to do our birthday balloon. We'll do some, I brought in some poppy. I like the punch of the poppy parade, I think. And then some yellow and, let's see. Okay, we'll just give that balloon a little bit of a color like this. I'll tell you, we had, I was in New Orleans for a Stamping Up with leadership event called Backstage. And you had to be a Silver Elite or above in Stamping Up to attend this. There were 500 demonstrators from around the world. And this is the first time we've all gathered in 3 years, so it was really neat. Anyway, it was very, very fun. I would love to take people. Next year it's going to be in Las Vegas at a spa and resort at Red Rocks. And I just used a little of the lighter poppy for the middle. Anyway, it was really fun. It was no stamping this time. We will be doing it when we go to On Stage in November. We're going to be stamping then. But this was all business training for our leaders. And it was just a lot of fun. And then we had some great keynote speakers. The last night we had a Mardi Gras parade, and they gave us boas and parasols and different, and everyone went outside on the street and had a parade. And then we had some, we came back inside, and there we had food. They had wonderful food and dancing and all kinds of things. It was really fun evening. They had some great dance, like these gals that were in beautiful costumes that lit up. It was really fun taking pictures. We all had a good time doing that. Now I'm going to attach this little Piggy to the wagon. Let me see how. There we go. I'm not even coloring in the little mud down there, or the dirt, because that's all going to, it's like he's sitting in the wagon, and I'm just going to Scotch tape that in place. So there are 55,000 demonstrators in the whole world, and soon there are going to be some new demonstrators from Belgium and Ireland that will be able to buy Stampin' Up! Things. That's starting. And I'm going to put some dimensionals on there. So when we go and the next big event is for everyone that's a demonstrator. I'm taking some team members to Indianapolis, Indiana, and the main event is going to be in Vienna, Austria, which I think would be really fabulous to do that. But okay, we're just going to set that aside for a second and get the rest of our little card together. And we're going to bring in our little speckled piece that we did. You can see it's dry. And I'm going to put this grass, just going to attach it right where the little dotted lines are, like that. Put that right there. And so just like that. And actually, I meant to leave this up a little bit, but I did on my first card because I wanted that to be, to be loose toward the top. But you get the idea. You can do whatever you want. And now we're going to put our little piggy on, and the wagon, the cute little wagon. And take your pick tool. So, anyway, it was a very fun time. It was very hot. New Orleans in August is pretty steamy outside, but inside it was always just freezing cold. Oh, the convention center, we were so cold. Everyone it was just unbelievable. The restaurants were cold. You had to really make sure you had sweaters or jackets with you. So anyway, that was a lot of fun. Then I flew to, I'm going to just tuck this in like this. I'm going to put a little bit of adhesive on this end so it sticks out. Then on Sunday morning early, I flew to Wisconsin, which is directly north of, quite a few states north of New Orleans. And I'm going to add some of these pretty little gems. They're just clear, and they're got a slight cast of pink to them. So then I went to see my mom. We had a terrible scare. She ended up falling the other night because the nurses would not let her sleep, and she was so tired. She fell over in a wheelchair and split open her head again where she had cut it almost 3 weeks ago. And my sister and her husband rushed them to the hospital, and she had 22 stitches, 2 or 3 inside, and then it was just unbelievable. Now she's in a different rehab place, so she has to almost learn how to walk again. She's so weak. I'm going to let me see what I'm going to put on there. I thought I had something cut. Let me see where that is. Well, I did have something cut. I know I did, but I don't know where it is. I'll show you what I'm going to do. Since it's such a big piece. Anyway, yesterday my mom was released from the hospital, and she is now in a good rehab place that is very careful, I think. And she'll be there for a few weeks, and hopefully she'll be able to go back to her own apartment after a while, after she gets stronger. But anyway, I didn't get home until really late Sunday night, but it was well worth the extra trip. So I'm just going to take, these are the large sheets of adhesive, and because this is such a nice, I did not want to do that either. I'm sorry. It's really hard to keep talking and do this. This is just a little bit too wide. I'm going to cut it down so that it doesn't hang over. That's anyway. I was really thankful I could make that extra trip. So, okay, we're going to put this on like this. I don't want it to. It's peeking out a little bit too much. Maybe I should just. I think maybe I even put it on flat on the first one. I bet I did. Put it on flat. But this one, now that I've started, I'm going to have to finish it. So I'm going to put this on. We've got a lot of lift here. There we go. That's good. Doesn't show now. So, and that is our card. We need to add some Wink of Stella. And I want to show you something. Yesterday I thought, well, I better open up a new Wink of Stella. And so I got one out. And I thought, well, some of you maybe don't know this. So it comes like this. It's all packaged. And when it comes, it comes with a black ring around it, like that. You unscrew this, and you throw it away. You absolutely throw it away, and you never need it again. It's only there for shipping. And then you squeeze where it says push. You push there until it starts coming out. Can you see how it's starting to come out now? You get a little puddle almost. See how juicy it is? That's really good for flicking if you want it to flick. I don't want to do that now, but that's plenty. It's plenty of Wink of Stella. I don't even need that much. But I'm going to put it on the balloon. But anyway, one of the very first time when we had Wink of Stella a few years ago, when I opened it, I didn't take that black ring out. And I couldn't get any of the solution out, so I took a big, like a darning needle, and poked a hole in it. Well, I didn't read the directions. But anyway, now I know what it's supposed to do. And there is our little card. But anyway, I thought it's so good. I like to make sure you have enough. I ordered some more Wink of Stella yesterday, too. That's a good thing to order during celebration. So here is our card. Here's the first one. Oh, I forgot the black. That's what I did. I forgot the black. Well, I'll change it. Do you see how nice that black looks around it? And I didn't do that. But anyway, I'll fix that later on. This is called Undo. And it's a very strong remover. It's about $10 or $11. You can find it at Walmart or Kmart or any of those, or Hobby Lobby maybe. But it's nice for cleaning your scissors, and I can take that big piece of adhesive off, so I can add that black. I don't know where I put the black, but it's here someplace because I did cut it in the beginning. So, and I just added some of the red gingham to the envelope, and it's all done. Isn't that a cute little card? Just easy as can be. The part that takes a little bit of time is the coloring. So we're going to next, we're going to move on to the Apple Harvest, which is this set, and it is a beauty. Let me see if I can find the page that it's on. It is in the mini catalog. It is truly one of the nicest stamp sets I've ever used. It's on page 54. It has a lot of etching in it. It's a red rubber cling stamp. It's on page 54. And I just heard my doorbell. That person's, maybe it's a UPS man or something. Anyway, this is a beautiful set of dies. And let me tell you how much this is. The stamp set, the dies are $35, and I don't know how much the stamps are. $24. The bundle is $53. So anyway, it's got a really nice label. It's got a really nice curly edge there. This is what the dies look like when you, I just die cut those, and then I glued them on the paper. So this is for me to keep, just so that I have a reference. It's a beautiful branch. But we're going to use some of these blossoms and some of these leaves today. So so then what we're going to do, this is the project for the card. It looks like this. And I did an envelope to go with it. And I did a thank you for your kindness. Just a second. Just a minute. I'm doing a Facebook Live right now. Sorry. So I'll be done. Look from my bag. It's in the buffet in the front. It isn't. In one of the drawers. Okay. So we have let me get my pieces out. We're going to start with another black card base. It's 5.5 by 8.5, scored at 4 1/4. And then we need 2 pieces of white. We're going to get my bone folder here, and this one's not, it was scored, but not bone folded. And we're going to put that right there, so I have that for later for typing up your directions. But then we need 2 pieces that are 4 inches by 5 1/4, one for the outside and one for the inside. So we're going to just put those on right away. And just like that. And we're going to put one on the inside. Just like that. And then we have a piece of black gingham that is 1 5/8 by 5 1/8. And that's going to go on right here. But before we do that, I'm going to add a little strip of green. I want to put this on like that. And it is going to go, I'm going to get my mat out. I'm just going to put a little bit of along this edge like that. And just going to add that. So there's just a little bit of green peeking out. Sort of reminds us of the apples and the leaves. So we're just going to cut that off. And now we can put that on our card. We'll just put it on like this. And we're going to put it on just, give it a little bit of space like that. And this would work, this would be nice as a Z-fold card too, but this is just a plain flat card. And now we're going to do our stamping. We're going to stamp right on our contour die, like that. And we're going to get some other pieces out so we can stamp at the same time. We're going to get a piece of green out, and we get this. This is called Parakeet Party. That's one of our new in colors this year. Oh, there's that piece I needed. I was getting the cards mixed up. Okay, we're going to do our stamping, and this is a beautiful. You can see it's etched. The artist did a beautiful job with this. It's a very large stamp, so I'm going to ink it up upside down. Anytime you have a really big stamp, it's much better to ink it up upside down like that. And then I'm going to stamp it. And there we go. Oop, I dropped it. It's a heavy block. I actually think I'm going to redo that one. I have another one cut, die cut. So we'll do that. That one I try not to drop it this time. My wrist is doing really well. It's healing nicely. I don't have very much strength yet. But it's doing well. I just have to be careful. I'm not supposed to lift anything heavier than 5 pounds for a few weeks. So I'm going to hold on a little tighter this time and put it right there in the middle. Just like that. Isn't that beautiful? You can see the etching, the little grayness. It shows right where to stamp or where to color your parts. I'm going to stamp the inside with just a little cut open apple. I think it's such a pretty one. This one is, I'm going to do it upside down, but you don't have to. It's not too big. So just going to give it a little in the corner like that. And then we're going to put a thank you. Let's do our thank you on the green parakeet. Let's see what's here. Thanks for your kindness. We're going to just put it right there. That looks good. And then let's do one more. I'm not sure we'll use this, but let's just do it just so you can see it. I thought this is a beautiful die. I'm getting some black on my fingers from that memento, but that's in the die set. Look at the detail on that. And there's a stamp that fits it. The greatest gift is a good friend. And I thought that would be nice for the inside. Just hover over that a little bit. There we go. It's hard to do a little bit when you're standing up in the air trying to stamp something. We'll put that black away and wipe my fingers for a second here. Now this thanks for your kindness. And what I'm going to do with that is, oops, daisy, here, a lot of stuff sticking out. I'm going to just trim it with my scissors, and we're going to just do some slanted cuts like that. That'll be for the outside, and we'll use that one on the inside. So put that on the inside, the greatest gift. That's just a nice contrast with that. There we go. Oopsie. There we go. I'll color that later, but now I'll show you how I'm going to do some coloring on this. And I'm going to bring in my grid paper again, although I've got that Wink of Stella right there. So I have to be a little bit careful with that. And bring in our piece that is like this. Let's get you zoomed in. And I'm going to bring in our lens. Here's one. This is one I did with the inside of the apple cut open with some blossoms on it. Just sort of, and I think I used papaya for that color. I'm not sure. I can't remember. It's been a couple weeks ago. I'm going to get my blends out, and got a bunch of colors here. I'm just going to do a little bit to show you. I'm going to show you how these leaves on the card have a little bit of, what I like to do is do a little bit of yellow. And so I'll just do a few real quickly to show you. I'm going to give that all some good yellow base, because they'll tend to have a little bit of yellow in them. And then the two different parakeets. First, I'm going to outline it with the, this one is called dark granny apple green. It seems, we used to think it was really dark. And I'm just putting marks, some of this dark granny apple right along the little marks that the artist has given us, like that. And now I can take my light parakeet, and I'm just going to go in, and if I can get it open. They're supposed to be really tight, but sometimes they're hard. You want to leave a little bit of that yellow showing. That just, because most leaves have a little bit of yellow in them. So I'm just going to do that real quickly. And at the base of the leaves, I'm going to use the darker color. So I'm just going to do a little bit of dark color right here along the, like that. And then a little bit of, we're going to use our real red and the real red and the light sorbets. So I'm going to take my real red dark and just go around the apple like that, just around the edge, just like the artist has the shading, like that. And then I can take the sorbet, which is the lighter color, and it gives it'll be, I think, a nice color in the middle. So I'm going to use some little round circles. So blend that in, sort of. You can sort of swipe it from the middle, from the outside in. Doesn't hurt to leave a little bit of white like that. Okay, and we can add a little bit of crumb cake for the stems, like this. For the branches, and a little bit of Wink of Stella on those apples to give them a little sparkle, like that. And I already have one that's finished, and here it is. So you get the idea of how I colored it. And we'll take that finished one now and complete our card. So what I want to do is show you how I did these blossoms. I've got a whole little, this is one of my stamping storage, you know, the top parts. I really love these for using, for when I'm working. So I'm going to just take a couple leaves and some flowers I'll put that right there. Maybe I'll take the blossoms. The apple blossoms come in large and small, and the leaves are the same, sort of. Let's see what's here. Let me get one more. We've got 1, 2, we need one more. Here's another one. So now what I want to do is take some pink Blushing Bride, and I need to find my little dauber, and here they are. So I'm just going to take my Blushing Bride real gently. I'm just going to take some Blushing Bride on there, and can you see this? This is probably hard to see. Let's see if I can scoop those up. It won't hurt. I can always wash this. So I have them. The die cutting has some beautiful etching in them. You're going to see that as I add some color to it. This is a little putsy, but it's really sort of neat. So I'm going to take my dauber. I don't want it too dark. I'm just going to dab it in the middle like this. Just like that, real lightly. Because apple blossoms are white with a little bit of pink on the inside. And then that looks good. And then we will close that up and we'll do some green parakeet party. And take my green dauber. Now this one can be a little heavier, like this. You can see it doesn't hurt if you leave a little white. There's no rules. I just made this up. So you can do whatever you want, of course. Okay, and that's how fast that is. It's so much faster. You could watercolor on watercolor paper too. That would be neat. Let me put that there. And now we're going to add some of these to our card. Oh, I forgot one thing. I forgot the little centers. I'll just do that like this. Put a little dot of Tombow in the middle. And then I'm going to put this little stamen or whatever it is. I'm not sure exactly, but it's like the center of the... If I can pick it up out of the dish. And this is what it looks like that. That's the small one. That was the large one. And then this is the small one. And one more small one here, like that, just like that. Good. And now we're going to do a little bending on them. I think I'm going to let that dry for a second. And let's put this on our card. And now, here I have my, do you see how, when you do a good job of your blending, they should soak through on the other side. It's always important to have paper underneath on your desk. So now I'm going to take a piece of adhesive. This is the one that I cut that I was thinking I needed for the other one. Get that piece off, and we'll just put it on like this. Tear it off. It's easier than using 7 or 8 dimensionals. It's just a flat card, so we're going to add it like this. And I don't think I added it. I did not add a piece of black on there on this one. So just like that. And we're going to do our thanks. We can put it on the other one. I did it up here, I think. Could do it. I think we'll keep it up there. I'm just going to keep that flat. And just going to put it right on that where the dotted line is. That'll help me keep it straight, just like that. And now we're going to put so these should be dry. I'm just going to take these and just curl them up a little bit with my fingers. Like that. And I'm going to add a glue dot. So I'll get my glue dots out. Just put a little glue dot on there on that one. Do the same thing with the other ones that I've just put them on there like that. Just keep them right on the roll. We're going to put our leaves on, same way. Just add them onto the glue dots. And now we can just pull them all off. So I'm going to just pull these off. I'm going to take, looks like I missed one of those little stamen things. Okay, let me see where my original card is. No idea. Oh. Don't know where my original card is. Well, it doesn't make any difference. I will just, I don't know. Everything is in front of me, so I don't know how I could have lost it, but I did. So and I'm just going to pull those up, and I'm going to put a little leaf on it underneath, like this. We'll tip it up a little bit. And we'll get another apple blossom. I would really, these are a 1 month special. These dies are only going to be available for 1 month, the month of September. It's a promotion that Stampin' Up! Is doing. And we'll do another one up, maybe up here. There we go. And let me see if I can find that. There we go. It had fallen. Once it's on your card, you can take your tweezers too, or your fingers, and curl them up. They look nice when they're curled, for sure. And put a leaf by each one. The card is perfectly fine without the dies, but it looks really nice with them too. I don't like the leaf there, but maybe I'll change that one. I don't like the leaf against the other green. There we go. But you get the idea. And there we have it. Now, let me see if I can find, we need some gems on there. Oh, I love these. This is what I used. These are the, they're called seasonal, adhesive back seasonal sequins. They come in red and green and gold, and I love these white. And the neat thing about these sequins is that they don't have holes in them. So they're just solid. They're nice. Let me see once Nancy. Hey, Nancy, good to see you this morning. We're gonna add one of the larger ones. There we go. And then we'll add a couple small ones, just like that, down in the corner. Just like that. And let's see what our inside looks like. And there we have it. Thanks for your kindness. And there, the greatest gift is a good friend, and then I can color that later. And I do have I know I have an envelope that I made for this, but who knows where things go during Facebook Lives. Oh, here it is. Here's my other card too. So, let's see. So this is the other card. This is the one we did today, and then this is the one I did before. And this is the envelope. Envelopes like this just look so pretty when someone received, you get something in the mail and the envelope is finished. Just a nice touch, isn't it? Okay, there we go for the cards we've made today. And nothing fancy about these, but there's just a little bit more time when we do our coloring. So it would be sort of nice to add a little pearl to those too. I'm just thinking that right now. Anyway, you can see how the wink of Stella just glistens on those. Anyway, I would really encourage you, if you own any of these stamps, get the matching dies. If you don't have any of them, get the whole bundle right now and save 10%. So I don't have the Waterfall Canyon one. That one has 31 dies with it. It looks sort of complicated to me. And I really didn't know about the Yeti one, but I finally decided, well, I'm going to get it. I started seeing some cute cards with it. So anyway, that starts on Thursday, September 1st. Okay, let's flip the cards, the camera. There we go. There we go. Thank you so much, Lisa. Appreciate that. And I'm going to show you the bag that I got at Stampin' Up. The Backstage Leadership event. We got, as I said, there was no stamping or anything, but we did get this fabulous bag. Look at this. It's, I don't know if it's all zoomed in or not. There we go. Oh, thanks, Jan. So this is, it's all made out of felt. It's a sort of a rectangular bag, has compartments. It's really ideal for swapping. And it was really a really nice bag. We got a pen, the nicest pen I've ever used. It's a rectangle. It has like a triangular, it's just really nice. Wish I could buy those. Really nice leather handles. And then we had these name tags, these lanyards made with beads. We got we got hundreds of beads. You can see all my beads in there. And then the bag says, New Orleans is always a good idea. New Orleans is always a good idea. And then we had a mask like this. This is my mask for the Mardi Gras. And we got a parasol with a boa. The boa is just making this a disaster, feathers everywhere around my craft room. I'm going to have to find a little girl to give those to. It's I don't think my granddaughter Kate is not very girly, but some little girls would have so much fun with that, I think, with that parasol and the boa. We had fun dressing up a little bit and taking lots of pictures. So you can always go to my Facebook business page and see some of the pictures that I posted. And that is it. I would really appreciate if you would just continue praying for my poor mom. She has been so sharp at 95, and she's speaking well again now, and she understands, and the UTI infection is gone, thankfully. And now we have to deal with the weakness that she has from her last fall, and her stitches go way up. It's the biggest amount of stitches I've ever seen in a head. So anyway, prayers would be wonderful. So my brothers, everyone's taking turns being with her and looking up, because boy, you really need an advocate for people when they're in the hospital or in a rehab place. Nurses are so busy, there's just not enough time or staff. So anyway, that's it. And thank you so much for joining me today. And I hope to see you next week. And hopefully I'll have another project, maybe with the perfect partners. So and don't forget, if you haven't gotten your celebration order in, get it in. You can call me, text me, order online. Those of you who are demonstrators, you can order from yourself and save, your 20 or 25%. It's always the perfect time to join. So just a few more days, and then this will be the end till next year. Alrighty, everyone, have a great day. Thanks so much. Bye.